This conference will.
Hi all, good morning, good evening. Welcome to the demo session on the exclusive training JMeter Beginner to Master with Groovy, Dynatrace, Kubernetes, Docker, InfluxDB, Grafana, Jenkins and BlazeMeter. So this is an exclusive training provided by Isha Training Solutions to help you become master in JMeter, become a successful performance testing software engineer, and you can deliver your projects single-handedly. Clear all of you? So I'll tell you the benefits of the session going forward, and during the sessions we'll be discussing the interview questions as well. For each of the topic whatever I'll be covering, we'll be discussing the interview questions, and along with this every session will be demonstrated. Okay, so before I start, let me introduce myself. So my name is Chandra, and I'll be your trainer for this exclusive training designed by Isha Training Solutions. I have almost 13 plus years of experience in performance testing and engineering, as well as the observability tools. So I have worked on different tools like JMeter, Load Runner, NeoLoad, and then the application performance monitoring tools like Dynatrace, AppDynamics, Datadog, etc. And I have provided the sessions to multiple batches. I have been providing the training since 2 years now. So yes, we provide the training on different tools, different processes, and this JMeter training is one of the successful trainings. And it, because JMeter is very demanding in the market, so we'll go through the features of JMeter, why it is demanding. And we had created a poll where I could see that some of you also have experience in performance testing, but I will be taking the sessions in such a way that everyone is able to understand. The objective is that we everyone becomes a beginner and then a master in JMeter. So everyone's the main objective is everyone should benefit out of the sessions and should become a successful JMeter practitioner. Okay, so first of all we'll go through the course content, whatever topics we are going to cover as part of this training. And whenever you have any queries, please ask. And as I told in the beginning, so some few ground rules: please be muted during the call. Whenever you have any queries, please unmute yourself and ask your query. Okay, yeah, I have not started sharing anything, so my screen will be blank. So I'll start sharing now, and whoever has joined now, I'll request you all to please put in your full name and WhatsApp number in the group, in the chat window, so that, because we will be sharing the documents with you. Someone is saying that they are not able to unmute. I think you should be able to. So I can see a hand raised. So I think we have Kumar sir speaking. Sir, you are on mute. Okay, I think someone has raised a hand. Do you have any query? I cannot see your name because it's showing like waiting for name. Okay, I am not getting the response, so we'll start. So let me start sharing my screen, everyone. And whenever you have any query, please unmute yourself and ask the query. I think you all should be able to unmute yourself. Okay, let me start sharing my screen. I hope my screen should be visible to all of you. Can someone confirm? Can someone unmute and confirm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Visible.
Yes.
Perfect.
yes,
Thank you so
Yes.
much. Yeah, thank you so much. So we'll first of all go through the course content, because it is very important for you to know that what all topics we are going to cover as part of this training, right? So the name of the training is JMeter Beginner to Master with Groovy, Dynatrace, Kubernetes, Docker, InfluxDB, Grafana, Jenkins, and BlazeMeter. Along with JMeter, I'm providing the add-ons which will help you, in your performance testing delivery, because nowadays these all things are getting used. So in addition to JMeter, you need to know these things as well, and this will definitely help you in your performance testing projects. So let us go through the topics, guys. So this is the link, right, which has already been shared with you all. So on this link you will be able to find out the details of the course overview. Okay, and there are some demo videos also available on this link, and we have the course curriculum and a few details about myself. Okay, so let us first of all go to the course content. So the same course content I'll be demonstrating on the Excel. The same thing you can find it on the website. So first of all, we are going to see the introduction to performance testing and JMeter. I know some of you have experience in performance testing, but some of you might not have, right? So I'll first of all explain you the performance testing activities. What are the different phases in performance testing? Okay, so we'll first of all go through the introduction to performance testing. That is, what is performance testing, why performance testing is required, and types of performance tests. Then we have the performance testing life cycle. So we are going to understand what are the different activities, different phases in the performance testing life cycle. In each phase, what are the different activities which we are going to carry out? What is the entry criteria? What is the exit criteria for each phase? And along with that, every phase is not a cakewalk, right? Every phase will have its own challenges. So we are going to discuss about the common challenges also in each phase, whatever you are going to face, and I'll be sharing real examples, guys,
तो
right?
इसको पीछे जा रहे हैं हम लोग 12:30 पे भी चलेंगे, जल्दीबाजी नहीं करना, 6:30 तक
Sorry,
बॉटम
I'll request you to
यार
please
लेट
go
हो
on
जाएगा
mute.
पानी बस है
If you do not have any queries, please go on
अरे
mute.
यार वजह नहीं था कहीं चाय पी लेना एकदम बढ़िया फोड़ मार
अरे ऐसे कैसे होगा अदरक? हमें पता है तुमने इलायची डाली है, वहाँ धरी भी थी और स्वाद भी आ रहा था।
तुम पी ले चाय कभी
हाँ?
Guys, can you please unmute yourself?
Can you please be on mute? I think. So let's stick to the ground rules, guys. So the session is getting recorded, and for the benefit of everyone, let's only unmute ourselves whenever we have any query. Let's not disturb the flow of the session. And guys, these sessions are getting recorded. You will get the access to the recordings. Okay, the all the sessions in the session, all the sessions will be recorded in the training. Everyone is going to get the lifetime access to the videos. Okay, so the demo sessions are going to be free, so please make use, the full, take out the full benefit from the sessions. Okay, so then once we have gone through the different activities in performance testing, then we will go to JMeter. So by now you have understood what is performance testing, then you are going to understand the JMeter, so you will get that logical flow. Understood? So we'll see what are the different protocols. Now what is a protocol, I'll explain you. Can anyone tell me what is a protocol? If anyone is aware, what is a protocol?
Yeah,
Just
Set of rules.
Set of rules.
set of
Set of
rules.
rules. Yeah.
Okay, so rules are set for something, right? So where are the set of rules used? I agree that these are some set of rules, but why those set of rules are used, or why those
It
set
is
of rules
for
are created?
it, it is for to set the rules for communication between two machines. It could be any sort of machines. If the rules are not set, the communication will not be clear, and hence we
Perfect.
have the protocols.
Yes. So the set of rules are designed for effective communication between two systems, as someone mentioned. I'll tell that between client and server from a performance testing point of view. Okay. So when we are talking about JMeter, when we are talking about the protocol, so there are set of rules which will be followed for communication between the client and the server. And the applications which will be under test, they will be not only of a single protocol, right? Applications can follow different protocols. So we will see which all protocols are supported by JMeter, what are the different features of JMeter. Okay, and then JMeter is basically based on Java, guys, Java programming language. It is a tool based on Java programming language. So there, whenever we have to execute any Java program, there are some prerequisites. Okay, so similarly for JMeter installation also, there are some prerequisites which we are going to see, like we have to install Java, and then we have to set up the environment variables for Java. Okay, so that I'm going to demonstrate. Every session, guys, will be demonstrated. Wherever some theory is needed, I'll be doing some theory. Otherwise, all the sessions are going to be demonstrated as well as recorded, and you all can go back, watch the videos, do the hands-on, come back in the next session and ask your queries. And then how to download JMeter, how to install JMeter, and then how to launch JMeter on Windows. Okay, and I'm going to also explain, like, is JMeter only compatible in Windows, or it is compatible with operating system, other operating systems. Okay, and because most of the applications which are performance tested are web applications or web services, right? There are other applications also, but the majority of the applications in the market are web applications and web services. So for that, we need to know the concepts, like what is a HTTP request, right? What are embedded resources, what is a transaction, what is a cookie, what is a cache, what is a user session, because these all, topics are very critical for performance testing. You need to understand them. So I'm going to explain you in details what are these, so that you get a fair idea that, yes, these will be required in performance testing, and you can take the necessary action according to it. And then we'll start with the details of HTTPS protocol. Like, we'll see what is a request, what is a response, what is a header, the type of request methods, what are the different status codes which are returned by the server. Here, all of you. So this is about performance testing and JMeter introduction, guys. Any queries, anyone?
No.
No.
Perfect. Anyone else? Any queries?
Uh, yeah, I do have one query. You were talking about the environment variable. So what happens if we don't set the environment variable? How
Yes.
would JMeter react?
If we do not set up the, so for any Java program to run correctly, we need to set up the environment variable. Okay, if we do not set up the environment variable, your JMeter will not work correctly, because for every Java program you need to set up the, so this is basically a prerequisite for every Java program, right? So JMeter is based on Java, so for that we need to set up the environment variables for Java. If you have already set it up, no problem. You will not face any issues. But if you have not set it up, you need to do that. Okay.
Chandra, I have a quick question. So, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. So currently JDK in my system is 1.8. Is it compatible with the JMeter? Because there is some
We'll Yeah, we'll go through that.
1.8.
So yeah, we'll go through that. Different versions of JMeter. So JMeter again has different versions. So I'll tell you, like, which version of JMeter is compatible with Java, with which Java version and all. So we'll discuss that in details. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Chandra.
Yeah, no problem.
Chandra, I have one question.
Yeah.
You mentioned about this request response headers and stuff. Isn't this is API testing, right? Or performance is
So
similar?
So for web applications also you need it. In case of web application also, you will send a request, right? They will be,
Okay.
so in web application, every transaction is a collection of APIs, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yes, so for HTTP request or for HTTP HTTPS
Hmm.
protocol, these are the elements like request, response, request header, response header,
Okay,
general header,
okay,
right?
okay. Will there be any
So
prerequisites of Java for this performance testing or not required?
no, it is not required. But we have custom code also, right? In JMeter, like we are going to see Groovy scripting. So
Yeah.
if you have knowledge on Java, it is good. but it is not a prerequisite, I would say,
Okay,
because
okay.
custom coding will be required only in case of complex scenarios. But your JMeter tool will be able to assist you with performance testing in most of the cases. Only when you need some custom coding, in that case we need any scripting language. It could be Java, it could be Groovy, it could be Bin Shell. As part of this training, we'll be covering Groovy.
Okay, understood. Okay.
That is advanced topic, so we'll have it at the end. Okay, so yeah, it is there in our course content as well.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Are we only going to cover the few protocols like HTTP and HTTPS, or the other protocols are also being covered as part of this course?
Yes, so we will be covering the HTTP, HTTPS protocol in details. We'll see web application, we'll see web services. Along with that, I'll discuss with you about the FTP protocol, the JDBC protocol, and the SMTP protocol. So basically, to answer your question, we'll be looking into other protocols also.
And I'm looking for some message queues, that kind of configuration in JMeter. So that kind of protocols, do you have any idea?
Sorry, can you please come again?
Wanted to test some message queues. So,
Message queues. Yes, you can.
yeah,
Yes,
MQs.
so JMeter has the protocol for the Java messaging services. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So JMS
Okay.
queues, so you can use JMeter for testing them as well. We'll discuss them, but they will come later in the sessions.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other queries? Okay. So then we'll go to JMeter scripting. So basically script development. So when I say scripting, few people get confused that do we have to write application code here? No, guys. Okay. JMeter is a tool. So with the help of the tool, you will be doing the script development. And when you are working in a project, you also need to be acquainted with these terminologies, because like for example, let's say I'm a functional tester, for example, then I am very much acquainted with writing test cases, executing test cases, right? But in performance testing, we do not say test cases. We are not going to document test cases. Even the project stakeholders, they are also not clear of the performance testing activities. So at times we need to educate the customer, we need to educate the project stakeholders. Okay, so we do script development, please remember this. And guys, performance testing career is going to be very successful. You won't believe, in India there is shortage of performance test professionals. Okay, so learn these tools, and make this as a career, and you will see that you will get so many job opportunities as well. Okay, so as I told, we are going to do the script development using JMeter. So for that, we need to know what all elements are present in JMeter, right? So JMeter has 12 major elements, basically the components, the categories, and these categories, these components have child elements as well under them. So we'll discuss them in details. So what is the significance of those elements and how to use them? Then basically when we are going to do the script development, we are going to do the script development for transactions or user flow or business flow. By business flow, I mean, for example, I tell you that I have to book a flight, right? So who can tell me, if I have to book a flight, what steps I have to follow on an application, generic application, generic steps? Anyone?
First,
As in,
we have to select the source and destination, then date, and
okay, so how will you directly select the source and destination?
before.
We need to log in,
Login or sign up.
provide our credentials, then
You will
select.
log in, but how will you directly log in?
We should log.
Yeah.
We
First,
should
we have
visit
to
the
First of all, you
website.
need to access the site.
We have to launch the
Sign
Okay,
browser
in.
first,
that is the right
go to
answer.
the site.
Yes, I have got the expected answer. First, we have to access the site. First, we have to launch the application, or first we have to launch the website. See, we have to think from a user point of view. Guys, the applications which you are going to do the performance testing, that will be used by an end user. You have to fit into the shoes of the end user, and then think of the user flow, what the user is going to do, right? Am I clear, all of you? So when I say user flow, I have to first of all launch an application. Then if I have the account with it, I have to log in into that application. Then as we have to provide, as someone said, we have to provide the source, we have to provide the destination, the date, the number of travelers, right? And based on that, we have to search for the flights. Whatever flight option looks better to us, we will go and select that option. Then we will make the payment and the tickets will be booked. And probably after that, we will log out from the application. Am I clear? So this is an example of a user flow for booking a flight. Similarly, we have e-commerce applications, right? Similarly, we have other types of applications. So wherever the user has to use an application, whatever flow the user is going to do, that is known as user flow. So we have to capture that user flow, guys, first of all. So that is where we have to record the user flow, and for that we are going to use the test script recorder element in JMeter. Okay, we'll see its attributes, we'll see its significance, we'll see what are the best practices as far as the settings is concerned. Did all of you understand this user flow, right? Okay,
Yeah.
then we have to do the proxy server and JMeter setup to record the test scripts, but this one I'll actually explain during the session. Okay, I'll not take much time. Again, this is very important, guys. In interviews, people will ask you, why do we need to do proxy server setup? Okay, you need to know the answer. You should be able to explain this. I'm going to explain it clearly. You will be very much, clear on this. Then I'll tell you how to filter some irrelevant requests. As you all know, whenever you are doing any activity on the browser, it's not that whatever activity you are doing, only that is happening in the background. In the background, the browsers, they collect information about your user session, about the activities, whatever you are doing on the internet. Okay, so that, and they use it for their own benefits, their own, not going to that. So the point here is like, along with the valid requests, along with the relevant requests, there are some irrelevant requests also, which will get captured during your recording. So we need to filter them out. So I'll show you how to do that with JMeter. Then JMeter certificate installation in different browsers, that also how to do that. Now why this certificate is required, I'll explain you. Okay, and then what are the best practices to do the recording in JMeter. And next we'll see, like whenever we are installing JMeter, the tool will have different directories, different files. So what is the significance of various files, various folders, that I'm going to explain. And very important file is the JMeter properties file. I'm going to explain you the JMeter properties file. Okay, any queries, anyone till now?
Hi, Chandra. Apart from the course discussion, is it possible to kind of show us something demoable today so that we can get some idea as to what it is? Because I believe most of the students don't have experience in performance testing. So if we can get a
Yes,
heads
we'll
up.
start.
So,
I'll go through the, see, basically it is very much essential that we understand whatever topics are going to be covered, because I'll give
yeah,
some insights into that. And, I'll also start with the topics. Okay.
that will be great. Yeah, thanks,
Yes.
Chandra.
Yes. I'll start with that as well. Any other queries? Okay. So people who have just joined, please type your full name and your WhatsApp number in the chat window, so that we'll be using it to send the documents whatever is being covered in the sessions. Then we have the plugin manager in JMeter. We are going to see what is the plugin manager, what are plugins, how to install, uninstall the plugins in JMeter, then how to identify the scenarios for performance testing. Now I told you, let's say we'll do the performance testing of book flight scenario. I am telling this scenario to you, but let's say a new application is given to you. How will you determine which all scenarios should be in scope, right? So that activity we are going to do. Then the transition flow documentation, okay. And next, the end-to-end scenario recording. So when you have the scenarios finalized, how will you do the end-to-end recording, how to generate the script in JMeter. And once this test script generation, the test script recording is done, don't think that your script is ready. If only by recording, okay, if only by recording our script would be ready, everyone would become a performance tester. It's not that. Once we have done the test script recording, then the real game starts. We have to do other activities like enhancement of the scripts. So then comes two very important concepts known as correlation and parameterization. Must question for interview, guys. What is correlation, what is parameterization, and I'm going to explain it to you thoroughly. You will clearly understand it. So the concepts for correlation, the concepts for parameterization, why they are required. Regular expression in JMeter, so this will be coming under correlation. I'll explain you why that is required, and then the regular expression extractor element will be explained. Then how to extract the dynamic. So basically correlation is, handling the dynamic values, okay. But why that is required and all, I'll explain in details. So we'll see the real-time use cases, examples, how to handle the dynamic values. And then CSV dataset config. So the CSV dataset config is for parameterization, that is required for parameterization. We'll see how to set up test data, and we'll also see the random CSV dataset config. Next, now all of you know that nowadays we have authorization in place. Whoever has the necessary authorization can only access a particular resource in the application. Okay, so for that purpose we have authorization tokens. So how to handle the authorization tokens in an application, that we are going to see. Next, nowadays there is requirement for API performance testing also, web services performance testing, right? So then I'll tell you how to design the test scripts for web services. So by now here we have seen the web application, then we will see the web services. Then we'll see what is the scope of JMeter elements and variables, what is local variable and global variable in JMeter, what is relative path, absolute path in JMeter. Once we have done the test script development with JMeter, we are going to see BlazeMeter. Now BlazeMeter is another product, guys, in the market. Okay, it also deals with performance testing. So sometimes what happens is there could be a challenge that you are not able to record scripts with JMeter, or let's say your project uses BlazeMeter. Okay, so in that is why I am covering this topic, so that you know everything, guys, what can come in your way. So here I'll introduce BlazeMeter to you, and also I'll tell you how you can do the test script development with BlazeMeter, and what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, also we are going to discuss. Then I'll introduce you to the world of microservices, guys. Nowadays also many applications are getting developed on microservices architecture. Monolithic architecture is no more followed, right? We have microservices architecture. So I'll explain you about microservices, Kubernetes, Docker, and then I'll tell you how you will do the test script development for microservices. Any queries, anyone till now?
I have some query. So, BlazeMeter, like in depth, are you going to cover,
No.
Chandra?
So, no, BlazeMeter, I'm going to introduce to you about JMeter, about BlazeMeter. Along with that, I'll show you how to do the test script development in BlazeMeter.
Okay, execution, because we are
No,
dealing with some YAML files and
execution
all.
is easy. Execution is very easy, and for that you need license and all, right? For doing the test execution, you need BlazeMeter license.
Yeah, and we are
Okay.
dealing with Taurus tool actually. So we are using Taurus, and with YAML format we wanted to do our test execution. with BlazeMeter. So,
Okay. No, so that will not be part of this training.
okay.
Yeah.
Chandra,
Yes.
BlazeMeter is a paid tool or open source tool?
BlazeMeter is a license. So when I'm telling license, it is a paid tool. So basically for test script development, you don't need license. Okay. But for doing execution and all, and they have their different, whenever any product is there, right? So for every product, there is a package. So similarly, BlazeMeter has different options, like how your enterprise wants to procure that. But yes, to answer your question, it is not completely free. Execution, you need license.
Okay, Chandra, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Chandra. I have a couple of questions. The first one I think is addressed that you're talking about using BlazeMeter just as a plugin for recording only till that extent, correct?
Yes.
And the second question is you were talking about Kubernetes setting up and Kubernetes testing. So are we talking about AUT or are we talking about our load agents or Kubernetes?
We are talking about AUT, the application under test. Okay. So
So
whenever our
this application would be at your end. We won't be deploying it on our own,
No,
then monitoring all.
will not be deploying on our own. I'm going to explain you about Kubernetes architecture, what are the features of Kubernetes, how, because nowadays these things are being used. And Kubernetes deploying the application on Kubernetes is not the responsibility of a performance test engineer, right? That will be done by the DevOps team. So for a performance test engineer, the entry criteria is that the application should be available on the performance test
Okay.
environment, right?
And would we be looking at monitoring the clusters, EKS clusters or pods in this?
No, so that again is not part of this. I'm going to explain you about the architecture, the features of Kubernetes, Docker, and then microservices. And I'm going to only cover how to do the test script development for microservices, because how to monitor and all that will be again part of different application performance monitoring tools like Dynatrace, right? Or AppDynamics or Yager, Kiali. So there are so many other things. This training is primarily focused on JMeter, and along with JMeter, what all things you need to know so that you can successfully deliver a project. So that is why these topics are being covered.
Yes, I understand. I may be asking a bit too advanced things, but the thing is, I have overall 14 years of experience and I have worked in every sort of testing, even security testing. So I'm only
Yeah.
looking for very advanced concepts. All right,
Okay.
understood. The scope is only till gym.
Yes. Primary scope is JMeter. In addition to that, we are covering additional topics which will help people to deliver the projects successfully. Because they need to know additional topics as well. Because if I only know JMeter but I do not know, let's say, what is CI/CD, right, or what is microservices, clear. So I could get stuck in the project. And in most of the performance testing projects, the expectation is to handle single-handedly. Okay, so that is why we need to be self-sufficient and we should be able to deliver.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
understood. Understood. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Any other queries?
Hello, hi sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello, sir. Are you going to teach UIPT script also?
GUI.
UIPT script also?
Sorry, I can't figure it out. UI PT script.
Yes, by using Selenium Java.
No, no, we are not going to use Selenium and Java as part of this training. We are going to do the script development for UI applications using JMeter, but we are not going to do automation testing. We are not going to cover Selenium and
Okay,
Java. Okay,
okay. Thank you, sir.
no
Yeah,
problem.
Chandra, on performance testing with cloud, at what extent you are going to cover? So just wanted to understand.
Okay, so I'll explain you the concept. See, when We say performance testing with cloud, performance testing with physical infrastructure. So basically, it is all about the infrastructure, right? The
Yeah.
approach you have to. So I'll discuss that. Okay. So in one of the sessions, maybe I'll cover that. What will be your approach for performance testing in cloud? So I'll cover that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so then we'll come to JMeter test execution. Here we have some important topics. So because once you have developed the scripts, it's time for execution. There are different types of tests which we can do. So for that, very important part is workload model design. This is very important. You will get questions in the interviews as well. So for that, I'll explain you what is think time, what is spacing, and what is how will you do workload model design. Okay, so there is a law known as Little's law, which is used for workload model design. So we'll cover that in details. People are still not clear how to do workload model design, but with my sessions, you will be able to do it. You know, you will clearly understand it. You will be able to do it. Then we'll see like whatever script development we would have done in the GUI mode, the graphical user interface mode, or the UI mode of JMeter. You can also do the execution in the UI mode, but it is not recommended. It is recommended to do the execution in non-GUI mode. So we'll see the non-GUI mode of JMeter. What are the best practices? What is the Java heap size setting? So I'll explain you that. Then what is test summarizer? We'll understand that. How to stop a test in the non-GUI mode,
Hello.
we'll see that. Okay, any
Hello.
queries? Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good evening. Vipin here this side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I just joined little bit late. So can you please give me some overview about this or any brief summary about the course?
So I think in the best interest of time, the session is getting recorded. You please watch it from here, and then once the session is over, the link to the recording will be available to everyone. So I'll recommend you please go through, because we have discussed so many things already. So in the best interest of time, I think you watch the recording later. If you have any queries, please come back tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank
Yes.
you.
Sure. Thank you. Then how to stop or how to do the execution in GUI mode. Okay, then JMeter generates a report for you guys known as the HTML report. So how do I generate the HTML report in JMeter in GUI mode as well as non-GUI mode? We are going to see that. And importance of JTL file. Okay, what is JTL? JMeter test log. Okay, the results are getting stored in the JTL file. So that we are going to see. Then how to analyze the HTML report, how to understand the HTML report generated by JMeter, we are going to see. In JMeter HTML report, the timings, the response times, I'll come to what is response time in our sessions. So the timings reported by JMeter will be in milliseconds. Okay, so how do I change the values to seconds? That we are going to see. Then guys, very important is JMeter functions. Okay, so JMeter has some functions available which makes your life easy. So we'll see that what are JMeter functions. Then how to parameterize using the P function, that we are going to see. How to pass arguments from the command line interface CLI or the non-GUI mode in non-GUI execution, that we are going to see. Then very important is the master slave concept. You must have heard about master and slave concept in JMeter or somewhere else also, like in Kubernetes also we have master and slave, right? So similarly in JMeter also we have master and slave concept, that is known as distributed load testing. So how to do distributed testing, why to do distributed testing, we are going to see that in details. Then what are the prerequisites, what are the checklist for test execution and test reporting, that we are going to see. And then test execution with bandwidth throttling. So by varying the bandwidth, how to do the performance testing? People are still not aware if we can do that with JMeter or not. The answer is yes, we can do that with JMeter. So I'm going to explain you how to, or I'm going to demonstrate how to do the test execution with bandwidth throttling. Then we are going to see each and every element of JMeter in details, guys. Like what is a test plan in JMeter, what are the non-test elements, what is a thread group, and different thread groups we are going to see. Okay, what is controller, and every controller we are going to see. What is a sampler, every sampler we are going to see. What is a config element, every config element we are going to see. Assertion. So here I told you about JMeter 12 major elements, right? JMeter 12 major elements. So these are those elements, guys, and we are going to see each and every element under that category, like thread group, controller, sampler, config element, assertion. I'll not load you with so much of information today, otherwise you'll think that it is an ocean. No, it is not like that. We'll go through them logically, guys, one by one, so you'll be able to understand them very easily. And then the listener elements, pre-processor and post-processor. Okay, so these are the categories of the different elements. So we'll see each and every one of them in details once you have got a fair idea how to develop scripts, how to execute in JMeter. Okay, then we come to the advanced concepts, that is Groovy scripting. So I'll introduce you to the world of Groovy, and there is one element in JMeter known as JSR 223. Why it is called as JSR 223 also I'll explain you. Then we are going to see you know some examples how to do in Groovy. So comment, print, variables, Groovy operators, Groovy variables, JSR 223 variables, and some real life examples. And as part of this training, I'm also going to cover the Dynatrace part, guys. Okay, from a performance testing. So Dynatrace is again a vast tool, a very popular observability tool. But we are going to see from a performance testing point of view, whenever I'm doing the test execution, how much Dynatrace is going to help me. That I'm going to explain you. So how to do the application performance monitoring, server side monitoring with Dynatrace, I'm going to explain you. And we are also going to see how to integrate JMeter with Dynatrace. Okay, how to integrate JMeter with Dynatrace. Then we are going to see the integration of JMeter with InfluxDB and Grafana. So I'll introduce you to InfluxDB, to Grafana, what are they, why are they required, and we'll see the integration. This is also very much helpful, guys. Next, Jenkins, right? So Jenkins is a CI/CD tool. All of you would know that. So I'll introduce you to Jenkins, and I'll also tell you how you can integrate JMeter with Jenkins. So these are the list of topics which we are going to cover as part of this very exclusive and famous training designed by Isha Training Solutions, JMeter Beginner to Master, with Groovy, Dynatrace, Kubernetes, Docker, InfluxDB, Grafana, Jenkins, and BlazeMeter. We have, examples from the past where people have taken this course. They have, you know, got jobs. They have been able to switch their jobs with good packages. And whoever was never a performance testing professional, they are now delivering projects with JMeter. Okay, so there are so many testimonials available, and this is definitely going to be very helpful for you guys. Any queries, anyone, before we start the topic for today?
So Chandra, are we going to learn the new load also, if possible?
No, as part of this, so for new load, we have a separate training available,
Okay.
provided by Isha. So,
Okay.
as part of this training, our focus is on JMeter.
Okay. And do you have any like a test plan creation here, and the estimation part also we are going to learn in this training?
So, for that, we have another exclusive training, that is the real-time project with JMeter. But here, I'll explain you what you need to do as part of test estimation. But we'll not do hands-on. I'll explain you, and we'll be providing the templates.
Okay.
Chandra,
And yeah.
Yes, one by one,
Chandra,
please.
will you cover the live project for the JMeter?
So, as part of this training, we are going to do the test script development, test execution, and all. So, on real applications. Okay, so from that you will be able to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see what how many sessions will be there, Chandra, actually here?
We'll be covering this entire training in around 50 sessions. Each session will be of 1 hour. We are going to, so this is a fast training, guys. Okay, it's not that I just come and deliver the sessions and go away and you do not benefit out of it. There will be definitely benefit in this training, and you will be able to understand it properly, and you will be utilize it.
Okay. And is there any offline help will be there,
Yes.
Chandra? Like
So whenever you
suppose.
have any queries, yes, whenever you have any queries, you can reach out to me. Okay, if you're facing any challenges, you can reach out to me, and we have been doing that as well.
Okay.
Any other queries, anyone?
Sir, are you going to cover Docker and Kubernetes as part of this course?
Yes, Docker and Kubernetes, as I told, I'll introduce you to Kubernetes, Docker, the architecture, how it works, okay, and then microservice architecture, and how to do the performance testing of microservices. That is our objective here.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So Chandra, one quick question is: are you maintaining any GitHub repo for the future purpose? Because as on the course is going on, right, we would be require some notes for our reference.
So
So while
we will be
refer,
so whenever I'm covering any topic, we'll be providing those documents to you.
okay, yeah.
So,
Because if I
Chandra, what
provide
will be?
documents in advance, that is of no use, no help.
No,
I
not
know.
advanced.
Even if, yeah, no. Yeah, let me complete. So if I provide the documents also, I know people will not go and refer those. If I have not covered them, no one is going to refer that, right? So that is practical, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll cover that, and whatever is getting covered, every document is going to be shared with you all.
yeah,
Every session is going
including
to be
code
recorded.
as well, right?
Sorry.
Script as well.
Script,
Script
yes,
as well. Yeah,
whatever scripts I'm going to develop as part of this training, everything will be shared with you all.
yeah. Thanks.
Yes.
Chandra, may I know the fee for this particular if for this training session?
Yeah, so the fee is already available on the website, and you can reach out to our team. You can put it in the WhatsApp group, so they should be able to confirm to you.
Okay, and mode will be online, right?
The mode will be online, yes.
Okay, thank you
8
so
p.m.
much.
to 9 p.m. IST on weekdays, Monday to Friday. I do not want to, disturb you during the weekends, so you can enjoy your weekends. The sessions will be held during weekdays, Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST. And at the end of the training, you will also get a certificate, guys. Everyone whoever is enrolled and completes the training, you will get a certificate, and you can flaunt it on your social media, so people are aware that yes, you are a performance testing professional, and you can get the calls as well.
Uh, and I have a few questions uh, pertaining to the last last three topics we have discussed. One is Dynatrace, Influx, and Grafana, and then Jenkins. So would you be
Yeah,
just showing us the demo, or would we be doing the setups and
I'll be
implementing it
telling you. Yeah,
practically?
so in Dynatrace we'll be doing the setup. Okay, we'll be going through the SaaS model here. Okay, I do not want to load again so much of information, so we have different deployment models. So we'll see the SaaS model, how to set up Dynatrace, I'll show you. Similarly, how to set up InfluxDB, I'll show you. How to set up Grafana, I'll show you. How to set up Jenkins, I'll show you. Then we'll do the integration.
Mm.
Okay.
What I mean to ask is, would we be doing it parallel to you, along with you?
Uh, Actually, the session how it works is I'll be demonstrating that. You go back, do the hands-on. If you face any challenges, come back and ask me. Because during the session we are not going to means basically have all the participants doing that. You can do it side by side, not an issue. But I'll be demonstrating that everything, and then the sessions will be recorded. You can go back, do the hands-on. Any challenges, you come back and ask me.
Understood. And there was a distributed testing topic in the middle.
Yes.
So how will that happen? Would we have VMs, or would we make
Yes,
VMs?
yeah,
How will
that
that?
that you leave to me. That you will leave to me. I will be demonstrating you. You will be able to visualize master and slaves concept. Okay.
Chandra, how
No,
long
no,
the
I
course
understand
will
the
last?
concept. I understand the concept. I'm just
I'll
asking,
be
would we be
demonstrating that.
doing it?
Yes, I'll be
Okay.
demonstrating that. I'll be demonstrating that live.
Because usually everybody has just one laptop. We don't have VMs
Yes,
personally.
so yeah, so that is what I'm saying. You leave it to us. We are professionals, so we'll be delivering to you. You know, so
Okay.
don't worry on that part.
Chandra,
All
how
right.
long
Understood.
the course will last?
It is a 50 hours duration course.
Yes. So weekday, Monday to Friday. So in like what, three
In around
weeks?
2.5 months, we'll cover
2.5 months. Okay.
2.5 months or 2 months, 10 days, going that way. You know,
Okay. And how about the getting a job alone in performance testing? Because I'm in QA for quite long time, but performance testing never touched it.
sorry, I couldn't catch your question.
Yeah. How is it the job market? Because then
Yes,
I'll be looking
as I
into
told you,
UK.
performance testing is a very lucrative career, a hot cake in the market. There are not many performance testing professionals, so it is very
Mhm.
much in demand.
I'm looking in UK market actually.
In
Yeah.
UK, you will get so many opportunity.
Mm.
Hey Chandra, one question. I'm having about 12 plus years of experience, but are you going to assist people who are having 10 plus years of experience in QA but not really into performance?
Yeah.
So suppose if I am adding it to my CV now, will that be an advantage? Because that is only when we get
Definitely,
to decide.
definitely. See, it
Because we
is
don't have
always
any
an
experience
advantage
in
if
performance, zero,
yeah.
basically.
So
Yeah.
no offense to anyone, but I feel you know, if we move from QA to performance testing, then we are advancing, right? So definitely it will add value, and there is you know, I can show you at the end of this training. If you would say that you have experience of 2 to 3 years on performance testing, you will be able to grab the interviews. You will be able to answer the interviews. People have done
Mm-hmm.
in the past. We have helped them. You should also be able to do that. By attending this training only, you will be if you do the sessions regularly, if you do the hands-on, if you get your queries clarified, I can bet you can tell in the market you are having experience of 2 to 3 years in performance testing.
Yeah, because Chandra, see, I have attended, actually am looking out for a change, and most of the market says that the interview to crack Q interview is getting tougher by the day because they are asking about, apart from, automation testing, which means Selenium and Java, they are asking us, I mean, the QA to be expert in performance testing, API,
Yes.
and as well as a lot of things together. So an end-to-end part of it, a QA should know. Is what the expectation of most of the IT companies here. So just
Yeah.
wanted to know if I'm adding performance testing with
Mm.
2 to 3 years of experience, I should be able to land up a job, right?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chandra,
Uh,
mine is similar as well. I have like 12 to 13 years of experience, a QA manager and stuff. But right now, UK market, there for one application, there are like 700, 800 applications for one job. So I saw some roles in alone in performance testing for a contracting or consulting. So do you think just by doing this course enough, will be able to work on a performance testing? Or
yes,
will I need more
I
experience?
think by doing this course, you will get a fair idea how a performance testing project runs, and if you do the hands-on, you will be able to deliver also the project single-handedly on JMeter.
Okay. Okay, because my coding skills are not up to the par. I know a bit of
That should be
Java and
fine.
JavaScript,
That should
but
be
yeah.
fine. As I told you, you don't need to be perfect in coding skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chandra,
Okay.
am I
Okay.
audible?
Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So, Chandra, some of the finance organization are very particular about security. Okay. So, they are not allowing us to change any browser setting or anything. So, do we use recording feature of JMeter in real time, or we need to write the script only?
In real time, actually, we use the recording feature of JMeter. Okay. Your question is very valid, but in that case we need to ask for the testing environment, because in the testing environment it is not accessible outside, right? So that there are some prerequisites which you have to educate the customer. You have to put that business justification why you need that. Okay, and based on that you should be able to get that access. And also with that I'll also explain you, if you face challenges in recording, what are the solutions to that. Okay, we'll discuss that during the sessions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Hi Chandra, one question from my side. On post completion of this course, are you going to provide some job offers like interview session during the course?
sorry, we do not provide any placement support. We'll be helping you with the your queries, how you should face the interviews. We'll be sharing the interview questions, but we do not offer any placement support.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chandra, has any integration possible with JMeter with Selenium tool?
See, Selenium is primarily used for automation. Okay.
Yeah,
And
but sometimes
performance.
from Selenium they use some suppose functional testing for some payment testing. So similar we have to implement in our tool. So sometimes some integration or jar file, if possible, then it will be better to implement similar things for the load testing.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that, but in this training we are going to primarily focus on JMeter.
Okay.
Yeah. Because anyways this course is already very extensive, very huge, and if I keep on adding topics, it will never end. That is the problem. So
Yeah,
yes,
it
I hope
means
you
it is
understand.
possible in JMeter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with we have already overrun, but we'll start with the topic I wanted to start today. So is the presentation visible to all of you?
Yes, Chandra.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Again, who have joined late, I'll request you all to please put in your full name and your WhatsApp number in the chat window. Thank you. Okay, so let us start for the day, guys. JMeter beginner to master. Let me give some pointers. Okay, you need to think. Okay, you need to think first. I'll give you some pointers. You tell me what kind of testing will cover them. Okay, what kind of testing will cover them. You all know, like, this is the month, right, when the results get published. So the day when we get the exam results published, okay, people who are familiar with Indian railway system, Tatkal tickets, right? And who are not familiar, just to let you know that you can just book the tickets prior to one day. And because we have a huge population, so you can understand how tedious it would be. So we have a Tatkal ticket booking we can say that it is an emergency ticket booking system. And then e-commerce application festive sale. So if we have to test these pointers, if we have to test these scenarios, what kind of testing it will be?
So load testing is required here because all the topics, right, looks like a heavy load with multiple users.
That is a great start. Good. Next question. Will my infrastructure, whatever infrastructure I have designed, is that going to work in production? If there is an earthquake, what will happen to my data center operations? Any idea? Which testing?
One is looks like the recovery
These are
type
DR.
of test.
DR, good. Will the infrastructure, so data center operations in an earthquake, that will come under DR. So DR
Yes.
means, guys, disaster recovery. Whoever is not aware what is DR, that is disaster recovery. How to recover in case of disaster.
Yes.
So the first one, will
The
the
first
infrastructure
one
work in
looks
production?
capacity. That looks like capacity
Okay,
management.
capacity, good. Capacity planning, good. We are having a great start, guys. Can my application be hacked? Is there a breach in the data security? Can
Vulnerability
malware be
assessment.
introduced into my application? What type of testing?
Security testings.
Vulnerability assessment.
Vulnerability assessment. Perfect.
Yes.
Will the application be compatible with different browsers? Can my
compatibility
application be
testing.
accessed by differently abled persons?
Accessibility testing.
Compatibility testing.
Accessibility testing.
Perfect. Browser compatibility and accessibility. So guys, here you see we are talking about performance testing, right? This training is on performance testing, but I'm discussing about other testing as well. Do you know why?
You should have
You
an
all have
idea like this.
you all have answered the pointers very correctly. Okay, but why am I discussing all of them, guys?
All
But if
of it
you
together makes for performance testing, right?
no, you are right, you are going somewhere which was in the right direction. All of them, all of these points make
Non-functional.
Are
sorry
associated with user.
These are all non-functional testing. They fall in the
perfect.
non-functional testing.
These all are non-functional testing, guys. These all are non-functional testing. So we have functional testing and non-functional testing. In functional testing, we verify the functionality. I'm giving input A, my expectation is input output B. Whether I'm getting output B or not is my major concern in functional testing. But in non-functional, these are the points. So there are different types of testing in non-functional, guys. And performance testing is one type of non-functional testing. The other one which I told you about, the disaster recovery, the application availability. So there are different types of testing, guys. Resilience testing, failover testing, disaster recovery testing, backup, recovery, restore, okay, purging, archiving. So infrastructure operations. So it is also known as site reliability testing or operational acceptance testing or operational readiness testing. So people are making career in this kind of testing also. Security testing, you all also told about security testing, browser compatibility testing, and accessibility testing. So these are the 5 main areas of non-functional testing. And in this training, our primary focus will be on performance testing. Clear, all of you? I hope you all got a fair idea. So we'll stop the session here today. Thank you all for joining. I hope you
So
all enjoyed
Chandra,
the
I
training.
have one question here actually. Are you going to
Yes.
cover the speed test also of the application? Speed test in the sense like suppose somebody will say, okay, my landing page should load within 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds. So those kind
Yes,
of things also we are
that is coming under performance testing. Yes.
okay, okay. Because
So
currently we are using GT.
the sentence which you told, my application landing page should load within 2 seconds. That is a non-functional requirement.
Yes.
And as part of performance testing, our objective is to verify the non-functional testing. Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you all for taking out time attending the demo
Hello,
session.
Chandra.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah,
Please
so
tell
by
me.
this course, we will be able to learn even we can test the mobile app performance as well.
Yes, you can do the mobile application performance testing. You will get the concepts. But for mobile application performance testing, we have another training exclusively for mobile application. But yes, by attending this, you should be able to do the mobile application performance testing also.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Because you will get the concept. So by utilizing the concept, you will be able to do that as well. Okay.
Okay.
And hi, Chandra, Rahul this side. So, are
Yeah.
we going to cover desktop also in this?
Desktop application.
Yeah,
No, as part of this training, we are not going to cover desktop application.
but can we get the more clarification that how we can manage the desktop?
Sure, I'll cover that. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. So
Hi, Chandra.
And
yeah.
Uh,
I'm really glad I'm getting a lot of questions. I'm sorry, but there is a limited time. But yes, you please fire your questions. No worries.
Chandra, where can we find the document for this course? The one you showed at the starting?
Yeah, that's so for that we have the link which I have provided in the WhatsApp group. you should be able to find the course content link over there.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is the link which I have already put in the WhatsApp group, so you can find it, and the course curriculum is present over here.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Chandra.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So
Chandra,
thank
is
you.
there application?
Sorry, tell me.
Is there any demo application which you are going to provide to for scripting purpose?
Yes. So during the training, I'll be taking you through the applications, and you can also access those applications, and you will be able to do the script development. Does that answer your question?
Okay. Yes. And are you going to cover the? We are going to writing the script for only Java and the Groovy.
We are only going to learn Groovy as part of this. We are not going to learn Java programming.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so thank you all for joining. Hope you all enjoyed this session. Bye for
Thank you,
now.
Chandra. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Chandra.
Thank you all.